This is a fairly common mistake among Diamond Rocket League players, and today we're going to be breaking down the mistakes made in this match to ultimately determine how we can become better players. Let's jump right on in. Just go ahead and ride along, and we'll see what we're working with. I like the cheat up on the kickoff. Right here, I want to be very careful about how we use our boost. This isn't overly important now, but if we make a habit of boosting like this, it's going to cause some problems down the road, because you see you start to initiate your boost right here as your car is still pointed upwards. This means that your car is going to have a slight upward trajectory and therefore will take longer to get back down to the ground. So just avoid that if we can. On we go. See how we handle it here. I love this touch. This is really smart. You see Tay coming in from the right side, so we know, okay, we want to chip this ball to the left. Beautiful touch around him, and puts the ball in a perfect position that you can follow up to. And that's a great fake. Can tell that that's actually calculated because you did let go of the boost, so you just kind of floated after it. Could have gotten another touch on that ball if you wanted to, but the fact that you left off the boost does show me that that was an intended fake, so very well done. I'm a big fan of that. Good kickoff, forcing the ball back to the back left. I like this aggressive turn upfield, although I think we did push a little too far forward here. So I would actually probably recommend that we start to stall our momentum right around here. And the reason being, if we push in to this area of the field, it becomes very difficult to get an angle on a shot, even if the ball does fall to us. And with the situation we're looking at right now, it's pretty obvious that this ball is heading towards the net directly. So us being here isn't really all that beneficial, because if the ball gets close to the net, we're not really going to have time to react to it. Whereas if we're sitting back here, then we're in a perfect position if Psycho wants to get a clear here. So try to keep yourself a little wider. You don't really want to be closing in that tight if we can help it. Of course, Psycho does tip the ball up, so it works out. Nice press here. We get a little close to the wall again, so it's a little hard to do anything with. I would caution you on touches like this, because it's not a bad idea, right? Going for this ball, it's great. If you could chip this ball back into the wall so that it bounces out here, that's perfect. Like, that would be absolutely awesome. But because of how close we are to this wall, we're kind of forced to get a touch in this area of the ball, which forces it directly this way. And the problem with that, if we go back just a few seconds, one of our players has just landed, he is slow back, and then our other player is up in the air. So he is up in the air, still in the air as you get this touch, but now let's look at the position we put ourselves in. So this ball is going to bounce out, and now if we look at the position down the other end of the field, we have all three of the opposing team being able to go on a counterattack. Luckily, they're not in great position. So the fact that this ball bounces into an easy spot to clear actually doesn't matter. And I do really like this rotation that you make here to cut off this clear to make sure they don't have that free transition. So that's really smart of you being able to cut off that transition. But we want to be careful about playing balls into dangerous spaces like that, especially when we're not in the strongest position back on defense. I like letting Toxic go here. This is good. Now, right here, this is an opportunity where we can be a little bit more aggressive. And we don't need to obviously be like up here in their half, but we can just kind of chill out around the midfield line or so. And the reason being, we have offensive pressure. The chances of them getting a booming clear that we wouldn't be able to get back to is very, very minimal. So we're able to hang around the midfield line without a whole lot of threat from what these guys are really going to be able to do. You kind of cut back into your own half. You're not too far out of position, right? It's not bad. It's not like this is terrible. But it does mean that you're not able to support your team as fast as you'd like. And see, this ball drops out into the open, and you make the decision that you're going to go for it. But now look at the gap that you have to cover is so much longer than if you were, say, here. So just take advantage of being able to position aggressively when you guys have that pressure. And then when you make decisions to go for balls, just go. You'll notice here that you stop your boost, right? So you're no longer boosting. It's not that you don't have the boost, right? You have plenty of boost, but you just don't use it, and that actually slows your speed to the ball. So once you make this decision, you just need to go. Because as we'll see here, you kind of get blocked because you were too slow to get there. Another really nice touch off the wall, I like that. We're going to circle around here. Okay, so this is really the first time that I'm going to mention boost pads, but there is literally a full boost pad rotation sitting right in front of you that I think you could take. So you're sitting on 34 boost right now. Pad, 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 pad. You're here with like 100 boost now, and you can make any play you need to. Let's see, you miss that one, you pick up one, and then you miss all of the others, and then you pick up this one. So you're pretty much exactly where you started after making that full rotation, where you could be sitting at 100. So really look for those opportunities where you can collect the small pads, because that's going to be really beneficial in the future, and it will make it so much better for your boost situation. Then we come to a dead stop. I would caution you on this. You almost never in any situation want to come to this dead stop. And the reason being is that it is now incredibly difficult to get that momentum going again. Yes, we have full boost, but if we're going from a complete stop, getting back up to supersonic to be able to have any bit of speed at all is going to use quite a bit of this. So instead, I'd like to see us, we don't have to brake, we can kind of just release the gas and cruise up the field, because we don't need to be there super fast. Like, obviously, we're not going to have a touch on this ball within the next 2 seconds, so we don't absolutely need to be there at lightning speed, but we should continue to travel up the field so that when the opportunity does present itself, we are in position to make a play. Yeesh. Okay. That is a beautiful shot. Let me start off by saying that this placement, absolutely perfect. And you get a flip reset on the shot, so that's freaking beautiful. The problem we have with this is look at where you jump from. So you're already up, right? Look at the distance between you and the ball. In higher ranks, these defensive players know this ball is in a dangerous spot. But they also know that a Come Get Some and Toxic are both out of the play and cannot attack the ball, and that their third man is really far back. So if I'm any of these players, I am just going to casually drive forward, jump up, tip this ball into the corner. The fact that we've jumped from so far away means that by the time we get to this ball, these guys have all the information they need to know what we're doing. If they just look at us right now, we've already committed. The second our wheels leave the ground, we have showed the defense what our intentions are. They are to fly to this ball, they are to get a touch, they are to score from this position. So they're like, okay, well, you can't really do much to change that trajectory, so we're just gonna tip the ball into the corner, and now you're all retreating from our half. So that's fantastic for them, actually. It's not that this is a bad ball to go for, right? Because you score it. I would like you to keep your wheels on the ground a little bit longer, and once you get, like, here, this is when you jump. Because now you're right at the ball, and they don't have time to react to your play. Whereas when you jump back here, everyone knows what you're going for, and they have time to take it away from you. Luckily, they just kind of chuck the ball away, so you get a nice touch. I would like to see steal this boost. You're gonna get to where you're going in about the same amount of time. Take this on your way. This is perfectly in your rotation. Just take this as you're coming through, and then you can make the same play you were going to. And now their resources are less available. Good block, though. I like that. Steal the other boost. Nice. Nice. Good turn. Good shot. I love that. This is perfect. So a lot of people have a tendency, like, they turn off ball cam and they don't look at the play. This is really good. You turned off ball cam to locate the boost and make sure you were in line with it. Once you knew you were in line with it, you turn ball cam back on to see what's up. A little bit of an unfortunate double commit from your teammates, but it works out as a perfect pass, and you notice that this is a free ball. Good speed, good turn, good shot. I like everything about what you just did there. I'd like to see you start not flipping into every touch as well. This ball is coming at you, you have a free touch here, you don't need to flip. If you actually boosted this a little bit and just chip it up, you could follow it up into the air. I know you have the capability to do that because we saw it earlier. So just look for those opportunities. You don't need to flip into this ball and just send it away from you. Because doing that just gives the ball away to the other team. Like, Tay-Tay's just in there like, cool, free ball, thanks. And you've put absolutely no pressure on them. Nice, don't go all the way back, I like that. Your ball, good speed, good jump, I love that. You didn't score it, but I love this play. This is exactly what we kind of want to see. So you're hovering in the midfield, you see this ball poke out, and look at that, full boost, you don't stop it, you don't stop it. You get the touch over him, and then you don't get the read, but I love that you're confident enough to jump for that. Absolutely beautiful. Nice, be mid. This is a little aggressive. So, right here. Again, we're talking on the lines of look at time and score. We don't need a goal. No one cares. If we score, we score. Great, but we don't need this. This ball is not gonna get in front of the goal. So us jumping from here, we're just kind of shooting into the backboard. There's not really a shooting angle to put it into the net. And we also have a teammate who's continuing to push down that side of the field. In this situation, we want to go mid, because the chance that this ball falls across the front of the net eventually is pretty high. So we want to be here to be able to attack it when it does. See your teammate going, don't go. Like, there's no angle here. I respect it, but your teammate's probably still going to go for this. It's fine. I don't mind this cut, but again, realistically, if we're playing safe, like, we see Toxic over there. Maybe he's just used to you cutting like this, so this isn't weird. In a normal world, you'd be out of here and you'd let Toxic come in. I don't mind this cut, as long as it's communicated early. If you communicate it late and Toxic kinda works his way on in here, and it becomes like this mess of 4 cars, we don't want that. So just make sure that if you're gonna go for this, you communicate it as soon as you decide that you're going into that corner. Because then it's fine. Because then Toxic will sit back and just wait for you to do your thing. But as you can see, like, Toxic ends up right on top of you. This becomes a mess of 4 cars, which tells me that this was not communicated, because he's right here. So he has no chance of reacting to whatever happens. Luckily, the ball just falls to him. And you're gonna get a goal out of it, but this is very dangerous in terms of rotations, because if this ball does get past you guys, there's no one on your half. Absolutely no one. You're all in their corners. This is a free net if this ball gets past you. So this needs to be communicated what you're going for so that this doesn't happen. Yes, you get a goal here, but against better teams and higher level teams, they're going to punish that every time. This is fine. Someone's got to go. Someone challenge this. Okay. So right here, this is just hesitation at its finest. Once Swanky makes this touch, this is a free ball. Like, Swanky is driving up the wall, but again, we want someone to pressure this. Right now, there is no one on the orange team who can touch this ball. Absolutely nobody. He can't get back to it. He's not getting to it. Someone's just got to go. Either you or our third man needs to send it for this. Someone needs to apply pressure, and someone needs to keep this ball in their half, because the last thing we want is to let this ball fall back down, and now we have free possession. We don't want to give them free possession. We're doing absolutely fantastic in this game. We do not want to give them any opportunities. We should shut this down quickly. Nice, good slowing down. We didn't need to be in net yet, so I like that. Be careful of this positioning. You already have 2 teammates over here, right? We don't want to interject ourselves into this. And the reason being, because our area of influence on the field is pretty much this. We don't have any influence anywhere else, and it means that if the ball gets out of this area, it's just free for the opponents to bring back. So make sure we stay spaced out. I would actually probably just chill around here, maybe. This area in the middle of the field, so that if something happens here, we can get back if need be, but we can also push up as well if the play progresses downfield. Nice, good just jumping. Good try. I don't know if you need to play for this. This ball's just floating on the wall. Again, we have 0 boost. There's not going to be much of a play that we can make. I would rather make these guys on the ground question what on earth we're doing. If we just sit on this wall and follow the ball down and just drive with it as it comes down, these guys are going to be like, what do we do? And then you can just position your car behind the ball to take a 50 with these guys once they finally turn to make a challenge. But by jumping off the wall with 0 boost, you're just giving the ball away. Nice, patient, nice, go. Good decision making. We going again. Again, we don't need to be this aggressive in our jumps. Who's challenging this ball? Just take a quick peek, look at the ground. He's facing this way. He's currently backing up into net. This ball is going to bounce for free. We can just keep our wheels on the ground and drive forward. Slow down, we don't need to use boost anymore. Just wait to see where the ball goes and make a play from there. The fact that we jump, again, makes this very difficult. No one's touching this ball. This is free. This is totally free. We could let it fall. We'd get another touch. We could actually bang this off the backboard. We could take a shot. We could do a whole bunch of stuff, but instead we just kind of tap it into the corner because we jumped too early. Nice cut. Love that. That's a beautiful play. Good demo. There's the patience. See, look at that. That's exactly what I wanted the first time. So this ball, you get the demo, the ball's bouncing in an awkward spot. We don't panic jump at it. We recognize that we're going to have the next touch. We just let it bounce. Come around it. Beautiful. That is exactly what we wanted to see on the last one. So do that when you recognize that the opponents aren't going to have a touch. Pads, 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 pads. You don't need to jump and your teammate's here. The Toxic's back, right? Toxic should be communicating that he's going for this. But instead, you actually should have had 36 here. The correct rotation is right here. Will be 1, 2, 3, back to net. And you can just go whoop. And then be ready to face the play. If need be, you'd be at back post, able to challenge that way. 36 boost would be plenty in this play, but instead, you have 0. And it just ends up in what should be a goal, but luckily isn't. Higher level teams will punish you. And at this point, we're just kind of messing around, and that's game. That'll just about wrap it up for today's video. Of course, if you guys do enjoy videos like this and other videos that I have produced, please consider clicking that bright red subscribe button right down below this video. It really does help me out a lot more than you guys realize, and I really do appreciate it. If you guys are looking for what to watch next, might I recommend this playlist right here for some more Rocket League replay analysis, or check out this video over here for 10 tips that you'll need throughout 2023.